Susan Cingari here from Love MMA, where every fighter has a story. And each week on this YouTube channel, we bring you a unique combat sports story. So what the heck are you waiting for? Subscribe.
BYB and the bare knuckle championships is actually tailor-made for somebody like me. Slick head movement, fast hands, power in each hand, and no grappling. So watch out.
The video you just saw is BKFC fighter Lorenzo Hunt after his tryouts last year. And Lorenzo, you were right. You really don't care who you fight.
Nah, I don't care. Like I said, I like to call them all 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. When you love this sport, when you know what you can do, all you can actually do is bring your best to the table. Everybody's bringing their best to the table, and like I said, you're gonna shine or you're not gonna shine, but it's all about what you do in the gym and pushing yourself and being the best you.
And as we can see, you're at the gym because you train like 1,200 hours a week, if there were 1,200 hours in a week.
Well, I do this because I love it first and foremost. I love it. I'm good at it because I love it. Everything derives from a love for combat sports, a love for my athletic ability, my energy, my kineticism. This is how I heal myself. This is how I survive. This is my gym. It's the Boxing Yard in Jacksonville, Florida. We love it here. You actually going right classes just starting. So I got one of my guys taking it off for me so I could do this interview. But I appreciate you for hitting me up.
We got to talk about BKFC 12. You're fighting Erick Lozano. How do you think you match up with him stylistically?
I don't match up with anyone stylistically. Everyone's going to have a problem when they fight me. Everyone's going to be in a weird situation when they fight me. I create weird angles. I have power in different places, balance, speed. I have total control over myself. So unless, like I said, an act of God, you in a lot of trouble. Everybody has a job to do, but I'd much rather be fighting him than fighting myself.
This is his bare knuckle debut. Does that make it an easy win for you?
Absolutely not. I don't take any fighter as an easy win because every fight could be the fight of your life. Every fight is the fight of your life. Tomorrow is not promised. However, I will say that the experience thing is a factor. The jitters, the nervousness, the stage fright, that is a factor for any fighter. I did pretty well on my BKFC debut against Reggie Pena, so I wouldn't take anyone's potential to shine at their debut away.
You sure did pretty well against Reggie Pena. Let's take a look back at that fight. Can you break it down for us?
Yeah. So basically, Reggie Pena was a little overly aggressive. He bought into his own hype. He projected his strength, and strength projected to me is not strength at all. So when he came after me at the first interviews. He came after me at weigh-ins. He came after me at the post-fight interviews, pre-fight interviews. So of course, when we got in the ring, he came after me, and I was ready. I was not surprised. I was not taken by surprise. I trained for that, and I was ready for him to come after me. It failed because I situated myself in a position to be able to counterpunch and to be able to hurt him when he came after me. He never figured it out. He never got an answer for it, and it cost him his eye.
Tough loss at BKFC 10. What did you learn from that fight?
It wasn't nothing tough about it. I'm not one of those guys that make excuses. I bring my shit to the show, and I brought my shit to the show that time. It was a freak, lucky, weird punch that caused a gash in my face. It was a premature stoppage. It was slippery shoes. It was pure nonsense. And like I said, I don't like to make excuses for anything because the guy got the win, but he knows, or he will be fighting me now. He's not gonna fight me again. He's so happy that that the cards fell that way, and I wasn't taken aback by it at all. At first, I was a little disappointed, more so in the ref stoppage than in my performance. Anyone can shoot a half-court shot and hit a buzzer beater, and it doesn't mean you didn't play your best game. It doesn't mean you didn't train well or train hard. It just means the cards wasn't you didn't get the cards that time.
So, Lorenzo, this will be your third fight for BKFC. How have you matured as a fighter?
Yeah, since this will be my third fight, like I said, I've gotten a little bit used to the lights. I've gotten a little bit used to the people. The best part about this particular fight is that it'll be close to home. And so in my maturity, I'll finally have the home crowd. I've never really had the home crowd. So I'm looking forward to that. And as far as my maturity in the ring, that comes with every fight. That comes with every battle. That comes with maturity in this ring right here. My cameraman will show you. So the maturity isn't actually in the BKFC ring. The maturity is created right here in the boxing yard. Every day, grinding away, every day. If I do what I do in here, I'm unstoppable. So aside from the lights and the cameras, we just in the gym. It's just a normal, regular day for me.
I bet many people don't know that you fought Bare Knuckle before for a dear friend of mine's promotion, Dada 5000. That was a brutal fight. Let's take a look at that video and talk to us about that fight.
All right. The Robert Brown fight. The Robert Brown was a knockout artist out of Miami. He fought for Dada for some years, and they had kind of seen him lay some guys down. The fight wasn't so brutal for me. If you pay attention, I played it perfectly. I played a lot of defense. I played it very, very smart. I minded myself and I kept my distance. I minded my breath because we were in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and the air was a little weird. So I made sure that I didn't put myself in position to gas out. I was patient and I waited for him to make a mistake, and ultimately he made a mistake. I won that fight with the uppercut KO.
I wonder how many people know that you come from a combat sports family. I read that your uncle was involved in combat sports as well. So let's talk about that.
Okay, well, my father was my original karate instructor. My father and my uncle, they both were karate guru guys back in the day. They loved it. They loved the sport. They loved being in the gym. And I was the firstborn son, so of course I had to pick it all up. Then my uncle, he also had a son that leveled high in karate and taekwondo, and so we were kind of like back to back, striking it out, doing our thing, growing up together. I had the luck to meet some of the karate greats when I was a kid, and we went to karate tournaments. We did our thing.
Wow.
So growing up in that life and in that light, I never gave up on it. I grew up as a kid. I loved karate. I loved karate movies. I walked like karate fighters. I did my thing. And then I did gymnastics. I did football. I just loved all things sports. And in that love of sports, I wind up never falling into the cracks and crevices of drinking and smoking and stuff like that. I just stayed an athlete my whole life.
What does it mean to you to be a fighter, Lorenzo?
Well, I've been a fighter all my life. Like I said, my family, I come from a family of fighters. I fight for everything. I fight to wake up in the morning. I fight to make it to work on time. I fight to beat the sunlight up. I fight in everything I do. And it's all about balance and control. Balance and control breeds speed and power. And if I am balanced and I am in control, the rest is easy. So every day I wake up every day and I fight for balance and I fight for control over my own life. And it translates into the ring. So it's not just in the BKFC or in the BYB that you see me fight.
Yeah.
All the people around me, all the people who know me, all the people who love me, all my students, they see me fight every day. I fight to beat them here every day. I fight to outrace them, outrun them, outjump them, outspeed them, outpush them every single day. This is my life. I'm a fighter who's true to myself.
Before we go today, Lorenzo, is there anything else you want to add? And if you want to thank your sponsors, and I think it's your birthday coming up, so I got to wish you a happy birthday. It's a couple of days before the fight.
Thank you very much. You're paying attention, huh? Yeah. I'd like to thank my sponsors. I'd like to thank my mother's company at Heaven Sent Healthcare. I'd like to thank the Back Shack for sponsoring me. I'd like to thank WW Gay for giving me a shot, sending me out a nice sponsorship letter and a sponsorship check. I'd like to thank the Boxing Yard that's been supportive of me, helping me grind. The Boxing Yard, Jacksonville, Florida. We love all Jacksonville-owned businesses. We supportive of them and they supportive of us. I'd also like to thank my students. If you'll give them one more shot. I'd like to thank my students for coming out and pushing me and allowing me to push them every day. So yeah, it's all love. We here, we grinding, we pushing every single day. I'd also like to thank Daryl Hatchett, my manager, my fight manager. Reach out to him, and I'd like to thank the BKFC as well as BYB for getting the bare knuckle game legalized and sanctioned, because I mean, before that, the shit that I was doing was illegal. So now it's legal.
Legal, baby.
Yeah, it's legal. So I mean, like I said, this game is tailor-made for me. Come here, I want to show you something. My dad made this for me.
Oh.
Still here?
Yeah.
My dad made this for me. This is how I train. This is how I train.
Thanks so much, Lorenzo, for taking the time to interview with Must Love MMA and Bare Knuckle News. BKFC 12 goes down September 11th from Daytona Beach, Florida, and features the debut of Thiago Alves, who is now fighting BKFC veteran Julian Lane. And Hector Lombard returns to the squared circle to take on Kendall Grove. You can catch all the action on the BKTV app, which you can download. And we will be there bringing you all the beautiful bloody action. Tickets are on sale on the BKFC website, bareknuckle.tv. Help a girl out, help Lorenzo out. Share this video, like it, make a comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Cingari, and remember, no one beats us to the punch.